Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 239 of Weather Weekly. Good to be with you, meteorologist Marcus Bailey from Indianapolis, Indiana. And we are coming off another very steamy stretch over the last few days. Several 90s, really high humidity, just shy of heat advisory criteria, and did get some needed rain. That kind of helped cool things down a little bit with some heavy downpours in and around the metro area over the weekend. Interesting stat for you here real quick before we kind of jump into things. We're nearly pushing 30 days now of 90-degree heat or higher. We average 20 days of 90 or higher. So we're well above average. 22 days last year, 2024. This is the most amount of 90-degree days or higher in Indianapolis since 2018, when we had 38. All right. Hopefully we stay shy of that number. But if you go past that one, then you have to go all the way back to 2012 when we hit 51, which ended up being the third most. Record is 58 in 1983. I would assume and hope that that is safe. All right. So, but we are kind of on the upper half of things right now, ranking 43rd, tied for 43rd right now for most amount of days over 90. All right. We'll see if we've got more 90-degree days. I do have some good news for you. If you're not a big fan of the heat, we got some good news coming your way as we get later on in the week. We will walk you through that in the week ahead for August 18th, 2025. That's next on Weather Weekly. It is the week ahead for August 18th, 2025. Let's go ahead and dive in. We'll start with Monday. I think the heat's still going to be kind of rolling here to open up the work week hours for Monday. Upper level ridge still remains in place. In fact, I think, I really think that we probably stay dry. We've had some threats for rain actually, obviously over the weekend. A couple of waves that were trying to work in from the north and west, and they were holding strong enough to penetrate this hot dome. I just don't see that happening on Monday. So Monday I'm going to go hot, humid, sunny skies, high of 90. So we'll be tacking on another 90-degree day. Feels like temperatures will likely be into the mid-90s, maybe upper 90s. I think we're still shy of advisory criteria. Monday night, clear, stuffy, lows into the low 70s. Nothing significant. All right, heading into Tuesday. So we've got this, we've got a trough, all right, kind of digging in from the east. And what is going to happen is this is going to push this hot dome kind of back out to the desert southwest. All right. This trough not associated necessarily with Hurricane Aaron that's out in the Atlantic. That's not going to make landfall, but it does kind of slow our west to east progression of weather pattern down a little bit. So things are going to be a little weird for the next couple of days. And so this trough will dig in on the eastern half of the country and kind of just squishes that hot dome back to the desert southwest. Now, I still think we're going to be pretty hot on Tuesday. I've got highs in the low 90s. I think it's going to be super humid. So you're talking feels like temperatures might be around 100 for Tuesday afternoon. But we are going to have a cold front that is going to move through along this trough. It's going to open the door and allow for a cold front to move through. And I do think that we'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms as a result. As of now, I think that's probably going to be later in the day. Afternoon at the earliest, maybe even pushing that back toward the evening and overnight hours. All right. So we'll watch that. Some heavy rain is going to be possible for sure. In terms of other severe weather components, I think you might have some stronger wind gusts but I'm not overly concerned with widespread severe weather. I think it's going to be a rainmaker, and kind of the bigger story will be what is to follow. So mentioned the low 90s Tuesday, low 70s Tuesday night. I think a good chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms continue along that cold front. And the cold front likely continues because I think this is going to be, it's going to be kind of a slow moving front because of Aaron, because of Hurricane Aaron in the Atlantic, still kind of hanging around just off the coast of the East Coast. Kind of slows everything down. So the cold front's still probably going to be with us on Wednesday. So I'm going to go with some scattered storms. But I think we're going to get on the back end of this cold front. And so now we start to tap into more normal temperatures. The pattern's going to flatten out a little bit. We're going to have that hot dome of air suppressed away from the Midwest. So Wednesday's highs will be in the mid 80s, which is exactly where we should be for this time of year, and overnight lows into the upper 60s. I think any rain chances that we would have probably gone for the second half of our Wednesday. End of the week looks wonderful. Thursday and Friday both. We'll start with Thursday, the 21st. High pressure will settle in, but this won't be this hot dome of air that's now retreated back to the Four Corners region. You've got sunshine and highs on Thursday around 84. Again, pretty average. Overnight lows into the mid 60s. Friday might be a little warmer, but I don't think it's going to be super humid. All right. Sunny highs around 88. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 67. We might see another cold front moving through on Saturday. And that could squeeze out some rain. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that one model is saying that we could get a soaking rain on Saturday. Another one saying we're not getting much. Okay, so having this podcast out, nearly a week out, a lot can change between now and then. But we do feel like there is going to be some sort of cold front that is going to work through the region. It's just a matter of the exact timing, how much moisture is going to be around with that. Because once that front moves through, it does appear that we're going to get another reinforcing shot of cooler conditions. All right. So as I look at the National Blendum models, because Saturday kind of puts us at the end of the extended, Sunday on the National Blendum models has a high of 80 and overnight lows heading into Monday morning into the mid 50s. Monday, we don't even get out of the 70s, 79 for a high, and then lower 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the 26th and 27th. So I don't want to get too deep and, into the weeds, but it does look like there are some signs that we may be kind of flipping the pattern. We've been stuck in a very hot, dry, but humid weather pattern for the last several weeks. I mean, there's been some breaks here and there, but they haven't been super long lasting. There are some signs that we might be kind of turning that corner and maybe getting more refreshing air here for at least a little bit. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. I've also seen some hints that it could go back and forth, some fluctuation a little bit. So we might not be done completely with, summer heat. But we are, listen, the countdown's on. It's already the end of August almost. And we're going to be flipping into September. September is a kind of a transitional month, certainly. So we'll see, but it would be nice to be able to get some comfortable conditions coming in here over the coming days. In terms of rainfall, because we do have some scattered rain chances along a cold front, it's not gonna be a lot, and we could use a decent amount of rain. We've been running a little bit dry, about a quarter to a half an inch over the next 7 days. It's not great, but it is something, maybe pushing close to a half an inch to an inch of rainfall up in northwestern counties of the state, closer to Lake Michigan. Lower amounts expected down along the Ohio River down to the south. So some rain, not what we're looking for initially, but it is something. And then real quick, since we're on that subject, the drought monitor from last week does have parts of the state considered to be in a drought. It's just kind of a select few counties, honestly. It is Carroll, Cass, and White counties. And it's not even all of those counties. It's kind of the eastern portions of White, western and central portions of Cass, and extreme northern Carroll County. So that's in north central Indiana. And then kind of surrounding that in north central Indiana, This would be north of, say, Kokomo. You get up to like Miami County and Huntington County, Wabash counties. Abnormally dry. And then there's an extreme northwestern corner around Lake Michigan where we do have some abnormally dry conditions as well. In the metro, central Indiana, not under any drought conditions, which is good. And we did pick up some pretty heavy rain a couple of times over this past weekend. So that should at least keep us in good shape. All right. For now, anyway. For now. But we could use a little bit more rain. We get around a quarter to half an inch this week. That would probably be very helpful. All right. So that's the week ahead. Some good news for you if you are ready for a bit of a cool down. We'll do some stats and wrap things up coming up next here on Weather Weekly. All right. Let's do some stats real quick for the month of August. Precip. We are about up to an inch, a little over an inch in Indianapolis. That does put us a little closer to average. The weekend helped. Still down about a half an inch, but we're down a little bit from last year, about an inch and a half. But thanks to this weekend, at least in Indianapolis, I know not everybody received rain, but in Indianapolis, we're a little bit closer to average. So in good shape, there. In terms of the month of August, temperature wise, we have, been pretty warm. We're going to look at the average temperature and where we stand right now. Now, this is factoring in all the highs and lows and everything in between. 77.3 is the average. If that number were told right now where we stand, and we still obviously have some days to go. We're just now in the second half. But as of now, ranked 15th hottest on record. The hottest is 1936. At 80.5 degrees. That is the average. This is also ranking as, so far, the hottest that we've experienced since 2021, just by about 0.2 of a degree. For the summer, all right, so that's June, July, and then August. We'll do the same thing. This is mean. 77.3 for June, July, August. It is the warmest since, looking down the line, 2012. Yep, 2012. And where it ranks for us right now is tied for seventh. Tied for seventh. So, yeah. And warmest since, 2012. 2012. The record is 1874 at 78.6. So we'll watch that. Obviously, been very, very warm. We still have, another 13, 14 days to go. So a lot can change. And if obviously we cool things down, especially on the low end, I think what's really kind of bumped those numbers is our overnight lows. We've had so many nights that have stayed in the 70s. That really brings up that mean, that average. Okay. You start seeing numbers before the end of the month slipping back to the low 60s, even 50s. That's going to do a little damage and bring that number down a little bit. So, which I don't think any of us are complaining, right? Climate Prediction Center, let's go 8 to 14 day outlook. Despite, maybe getting a bit of a cool down, time frame between the 24th and the 30th does show some minor signs of above average temperatures. Below average up just to our north. When you cross into Michigan, northern Illinois, Wisconsin, and then much of New England. And near normal precip expected for that stretch. The 3 to 4 week outlook, so this would be the 30th through the 12th of September. There's no real strong signals either way. All right. It's tough to gauge. So that's it. I know I threw a lot out at you there. We talked about this heat and where we stand with 90-degree days. That we're talking kind of on the upper tier of hottest summers and hottest Augusts. We talked about some drought that's been building up in northern Indiana, but a lot of this can hopefully be resolved here in just a few short days with more refreshing air on the way. Thanks for joining this week's podcast. Always appreciate your time. You can send me some feedback, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. Always love to hear your comments, concerns, or complaints. You can also reach me on social media, Marcus Bailey Weather on the major social platforms if you want to check it out there. And hopefully we can connect on some of those social media platforms. Also, you can get our forecast 24 hours a day, wishtv.com/weather, and our free Storm Track 8 weather app. And of course, you can get my forecast on the TV side locally in Central Indiana, Wish TV Channel 8, and always online at wishtv.com. Click the live stream. That is Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. Hope to see you there. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.